time in real life between your terms in Congress, I'm sure you had the opportunity to reflect on your role. Now, I thought you were a very effective congressman on your first tour because you took a stand that was an example to others. You were able to explain why you took the stands that you did, and your presence in Congress gave hope to people all over the country and became a rallying point for various causes. You were really the first member of Congress in the modern era to talk intelligently about honest money, for example, and I think it really had an impact in changing the debate in America. How do you see your role now? Is it any different than it was then?
No, not a whole lot different. I see my role as trying to set the best example and to keep emphasizing the Constitution, our oath of office, talking about the doctrine of enumerated powers and what the 9th and 10th Amendment means. And you're generous, but I expect you to be about saying that I was effective. But interestingly enough, and you wouldn't be surprised, that that's the opposite term is what they use against me all the time. Ron Paul, it won't be any good because he's ineffective. He's incapable of trading votes, so how's he going to get our stuff? I mean, we need our stuff, you know.
Well, you know, so many people in Congress on the Republican side have accepted the predicate of the Democratic argument. They have accepted the idea that the government is God walking on earth. The government knows what's best for us, and government can spend our money better than we can do it ourselves. Government can tell us how to live our lives better than we can ourselves. And so they therefore accept the democratic theory of justice that you've got to do these things. Now, I don't know when this show is going to be broadcast, but during the week that we're taping, I was proud to see that you were, I wish there had been more, but you were the only Republican member of Congress who voted against more money for public housing. Now, there was a time when not a single Republican would be so left-wing as to support the notion that housing is a federal government responsibility. But now, thank God you were there to say, stop, wait, this is wrong. But why weren't there more with you?
Because they
with you.
They interpret it as saying, well, we're doing, yes, we might agree with Ron Paul that we shouldn't be in public housing, but we are, and we have to just change things gradually. We have to have block grants and local bureaucrats disseminated throughout the land, you know, and that'll be our step in the right direction. And that's the hardest argument to break. But your point is well taken, and that is the Republicans, when they do this, endorse the philosophic principle of the Democrats. I think they've totally lost. You can't win that way. And it is true, they're never going to accept the purity of my principle and say, yes, we must have an absolutely free society, because we don't expect that. But somebody has to say it, because otherwise you can never make an attempt to come in our direction, because they concede the principle. And the principle is that government force can be used to mold people and mold society and mold the economy, mold the world.